Hello Bookish friends, welcome to my July TBR. In July I will certainly join Jane Austen July, but first of all I will talk about the books that I read for my TBR goals. In the month of July I have two buddy reads. One of them is with Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. We will buddy read Nine Perfect Strangers by Liane Moriarty. I have read two books from Liane Moriarty and I enjoyed them very much. Our buddy reads with Alice has been very satisfactory, and we had a good time discussing the books we read. So I cannot wait to buddy read this book with her. The second book that I'm going to buddy read is the book that I chose for my Big Books buddy read project. I will read this book in the months of July and August. The book that I chose is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanne Clarke. I might buddy read this book with a booktuber, but I haven't checked in with her yet. And, I want to make an announcement in this TBR video. If you want to buddy read this book with me in the months of July and August, please message me so that we can arrange a schedule to buddy read. I heard many good things about this book, which is said to be a mixture of fantasy and historical fiction, and I'm very eager to read this book. For my real life book club, we will read Kapak, Kızı by Ayfer Tunç. I've heard so many good things about this author, and I haven't read from her yet, so I think this will be a very good experience for me. For my online book club, the first book will be the book for the Killeries book club that is hosted by AJ'dan Reads and Writes. I will read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Kesey. I have watched the movie of this book, but I didn't know that it was based on a book at the time that I watched it, so I think this will be a very good experience. For 1001 book club that is hosted by Miss Reads a Lot, I will read Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. I will also read this book for Jane Austen July, of course, but I will talk about that part later in the video. For Molly Murphy Mysteries Read Along, the next book in the series is In Like Flynn by Rhys Bowen. I'm really liking this historical mystery series, and I'm enjoying the discussion even more. And Molly Murphy is becoming one of my favorite female characters. I just love her so much. I really want to know what would happen to her in the next books. For books of Alfred Hitchcock project, this month's book is The Skin Game by John Galsworthy. This book was adapted into a silent movie by Alfred Hitchcock, and I haven't watched this movie like all the other silent movies by him, and I am very excited because I have found so many hidden gems by reading the books in this project. For Booktuber recommendations, I choose the name of a booktuber from this tall glass full of booktuber names that I follow, and I will watch their best of 2021 video and choose a book from the books that are mentioned in that video. So the booktuber is Getting Higgy with It, April. She's one of the bigger booktubers that I follow, and I will watch her best of 2021 video. So let's see which book will I choose. I watched April's video, and I choose a book that was already on my TBR, Mr. Loverman by Bernardine Evaristo. I've heard good things about this book, and I have this on my audiobook library, so I think it will be a great read. For the series cup, I won't choose a book this time because I couldn't read the book that I chose for the series cup last month. But I will certainly read a book from a series, which is Edmund Bertram's Diary by Amanda Grange. This is a retelling of Mansfield Park from the point of view of Edmund Bertram. He's my least favorite hero in the Austen novels, so I think this will be a very interesting experience for me. For Golden Girls Really Reading Challenge, we have to read a historical fiction book that is not set in USA, although I might choose a different book if I read anything outside of my TBR. For now, Edmund Bertram's Diary by Amanda Grange fits the prompt because it's a historical romance book, which is a subgenre of both romance and historical fiction, so I think it will count. I am very excited to be joining Jane Austen July this year, and like in the previous 2 years, I will choose a themed TBR for Jane Austen July. My theme for this Jane Austen July will be Mansfield Park. Mansfield Park is my least favorite Jane Austen novel, but it is also the book that I want to re-evaluate the most because when I read that book, I was focused on the romance and it was so disappointing. But now I'm more able to focus on the societal aspects of books. I'm hoping that I will like Mansfield Park much more this time. The first prompt for Jane Austen July is read one of Jane Austen's 6 novels. I will read Mansfield Park, as I mentioned before. The second prompt is read something by Jane Austen that is not one of her main 6 novels. I will read Three Sisters and Other Stories. The third prompt is read a non-fiction work about Jane Austen or her time period, late Georgian or Regency era. I will read a book about Jane Austen. It is an extremely short book, but I wanted to choose this book because of my other big books in my TBR. 101 Amazing Facts about Jane Austen. Prompt 4 is read a modern retelling of a Jane Austen book or a piece of historical fiction that takes place in Jane Austen's time. Like I mentioned before, I will read Edmund Bertram's Diary by Amanda Grange. The fifth prompt is read a book by a contemporary of Jane Austen, someone publishing in her lifetime, give or take few years. I will read The Lover's Vow, which is the play that is featured in Mansfield Park, so it will fit the theme perfectly. Prompt 6 is watch a direct screen adaptation of a Jane Austen book. I will watch the Mansfield Park TV series after reading the book. And the seventh and the last prompt is watch a modern screen adaptation of a Jane Austen book. I will watch a web series from Mansfield with Love. I have really enjoyed the web series based on Northanger Abbey, so I think it will be another very interesting experience for me. Those are all the books that I'm planning to read in the month of July. Please comment down below, are you also joining Jane Austen July? And like I said before, if you want to read Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell with me in the months of July and August, please contact me. If you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. For Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose strange. Strange means garip in Turkish, and garip is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.